Listen close.
Alright, so we got into some of the backstory now. Let's talk about the trend of R&B. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I can't stand R&B. I think it's horrible. Hate it. Don't like it. I don't. See, just like that. I can't stand it. But it's not because it's not good music. I think it's soulless, just like hip hop is right now. So I ask you, as a person who does the art, do you get the same backlash in doing R&B the way people get when hip hop is brought into the picture?
The only backlash I could say, and I don't even know if I could really consider it backlash, but the only backlash that I get is that, you know, people be like, your style is old school. That's
what I mean. Yes, that type of stuff.
Like, you got that 90s feel, this and other. I was like, well, I gotta be 90s because I'm actually singing.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I'm actually singing. I'm not doing it, you know, I'm not going with the trap soul or whatever. It's cool. I like some of it. You know what I mean? And I do have a couple of newer songs that kind of, I wouldn't even call it trap soul, because to me, like, trap soul does a lot of repeating of the same thing. I'm still telling a story, but it's more over a trap soul beat or whatever. But yeah, that's the only backlash. And I don't really consider it a backlash. I consider it a compliment, because that was a great era in music.
It is. And the thing about me asking you that question is this. To me, hip hop is missing soul because there's no instruments and no melody. R&B is missing soul because there's no melody and soul. Right. Your soul is the living, the melody is the capturing of the essence.
Right.
You can have a melodic tone, you can have a melodic beat. But nowadays, everybody's nasal, everybody's going through a machine, and we're not really experiencing depth in the music.
Right.
How do you find your depth and how do you project it into your songs?
Well, my songs, like I said, is extremely personal, so it's hard not to get deep into it and get immersed in it and get it, because it's about me. You know, so it's like I'm real personal with it, and it just takes me to another place.
Being personal in today's society is the selling point that makes people transparent. Where back in the day, remember, don't say that. You don't want to give people too much.
Right.
How is that helping you? Not helping you. How does that help make the music more relatable as opposed to people who just hear and nod?
Because the situations that I have gone through and that I go through, other people go through it. You know, and if you just blatantly say what it is without all trying to do all this fancy whatever they do to it, people get it.
Okay.
You know, I'm speaking in sentences. It's a story you could follow. Like when I'm writing a song or when I want to hear back from my song, I want to be able to envision what maybe the visual will look like. So I want it to be coherent. If you pick some of the songs these days, if you try to come up with a visual, you don't know what direction their video will go in. You have no idea what direction, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just like to be clear and concise so you can listen to it and be like, yeah, y'all, that happened to me. You know?
Heartfelt.
Right.
And realistic.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, what was the song? I heard a song about a woman getting cheated on, and in the whole video she's laying down in the bed with her cat. I didn't get it. That didn't make sense. And that's the type of R&B I see. Now, transparency, I love women that can sing though. Because a woman that can sing can not only capture your imagination, she can capture your emotion. See, when most people date or they're interested or they want to be, or they're enchanted with somebody, they make up their narrative. But a person who has talent gives you a narrative, and you have to decide if you can follow it. And understanding that music is a great gift. How does your music enhance people's lives besides telling your story?
I think it shows people, especially women. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It is what it is.
But I think it shows women that there is a life after. Just because this happened to you, you don't have to stay there. There's a life after. Yes, you went through this, and then that's why I like songs that I have like "Girl Like Me," you know, "Start a War," even though I'm tearing stuff up like in the video, whatever. But I feel like it gives women that empowerment to take whatever it is that they're going through, grieve through it, but get over it, get past it, get to your life after, because you deserve it.
Okay, that's dope. Let's see, here's where it gets hard for me, and I want you to please tell me if I'm wrong, because if I am, teach me. I don't mind being wrong. The most eloquent thing God ever did was give a woman her voice. I'm going to tell you why. Adam never asked for a wife, but the Most High said it was not good for Adam to be alone, so he complimented him with a woman. And in giving a man a woman, God gives man perspective, because man already comes with logic, but his heart is missing. It's also written a man will leave his parents' home to follow his wife, because he will establish his word off of her voice. You see what I'm saying? So when a woman sings and depth is there besides charm and lust, the man gets to open his mind. And the reason why I don't think R&B is good right now is because my mind is not being opened. What do you say?
I agree.
Enhance me. Teach me more. What do you see?
Because like you have some people out there that the songs are good, the songs are catchy, but once the song is over, it doesn't. I don't find myself really learning the words completely to songs these days. It don't hold my interest enough, and I'm a lyrical person, so like you have to really be saying something for me to like your song. It might not even be a popular song. That's why I'm one of those people, if I like one or two songs on the album, I'm gonna get the whole album, because I always feel like there's a hidden gem in the album that's never gonna hit the radio. Right. So I always try to look for that hidden gem in the album, and I usually find it. But yeah, it's not many songs that really catch me. I'll be like, oh, that was clever, but it's not really capturing my thoughts. It's not really capturing my heart. It's just like, oh, that's a cool song.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you find your ear in about like 87 to like 94?
Yeah.
I can tell.
It's obvious.
Because what you said is that era of music, from 87 to 94. See, my breakdown is Motown gave us what I call the colored section. Everybody finally started to notice not our talent, but our voices. The 70s gave us lust, sex, and expression. The 80s gave us crossover appeal, but we still rolled off the 70s, 60s. It was the late 80s to the early 90s when people started putting money into the hood that people started to see, okay, there's stories here as well.
Right.
Not just poetry. And when you listen to like the Rapture album, when you listen to, what's that Whitney Houston album? Pick one, whatever.
Which one?
Yeah.
Like all of them. I don't know.
But when you had crossover like Patti LaBelle, On My Own, Michael McDonald.
Yes.
When you had songs like that, you had riveting effect, even to the point where the game was changed when the Vogue came out, which you could have been a member of. Like, for real. So when we get into where music is, a lot of people who's younger, I wouldn't say millennial, because even they're starting to get it now. But a lot of people who are younger, since they don't have the history, they don't understand why so many people don't like what's out now.
Right.
How do you teach them and still do what you do?
That is a good question.
Thank you.
I guess just keep exposing them to it, because I could just give in to what's going on now and just do that, and probably would have been making whatever money from it, but it's not where my heart is. So it's like, at the end of the day, music is my first love. So just keep exposing people to it, because I go to these shows, I go to a lot of these shows, and I'm like the only singer. Not just the only R&B singer, the only singer. And a lot of times the only female on the roster. You know? So it's like you going from trap to whatever, then here I come with my singing. But people gravitate to it. I always get positive feedback at the end of the day. So they just have to be exposed to it. It's not like they oppose it. They just don't know about it.
So let me finish this part of the interview on this level. I think R&B is more of a female tangent, period. But a man that can sing, I think that's nice too. But you have to excel higher as a man in R&B. I think it's reversed in hip hop, because hip hop seems so male dominated that you have to excel as a woman in the hip hop field. Have you ever seen that or reversed in the R&B field and what you do, where it's easier for a man singer to do such, or you get judged as a different standard from a male singer for you?
I can't really say yes or no to that, because like I said, like a lot of times I'm the only singer at these events and the only female. I have a harder time combating against rappers than another singer, because there's not many shows that I do with other singers. And when I do an all like R&B show, I turn into a fan of everybody else, because like I don't get to hear it all the time.
Right.
I'm always at these hip hop shows, so I just be like, I just friend everybody, and I'm a fan of everybody, and then everybody become a fan of me, and it becomes like a little family on social media. It's funny, I was up for 3 awards through the Grind to Starve showcases. They do an award show, and I was up for Best R&B, Best Female, and Best Live Performance. And in the Best R&B category, I was up against like 3 people that is like homeboy and homegirl, and I was like, oh man, I wanted to vote for them, but you know.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta take it, exactly.
I kind of used up a votes for myself, but
that's how it should be. That's right.
But I did show them love, and I was like, you know, if I lose to one of them, I ain't mad.
Did you lose?
I don't know yet.
Oh, it didn't come out yet. Okay.
No, and the award show is July 28th.
You gonna win. I'm putting it here.
Yes.
Yes, you're gonna win.
I want all 3. Y'all hear me? I want all 3. I settled for 2, but I want all 3.